Hey guys, and welcome back to TG Spectrum. So for today's video, I would like to go into how I got into Dragon Ball Z, what are my thoughts on it, did I have any impressions, did it spark anything, and so on and so forth. So with that, let's just jump right into it. So for how it started, I actually knew very little about Dragon Ball Z. I knew like a couple of things, like some of the characters, some of the moves, like the Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, but otherwise I didn't really know anything else besides that at the time, and it definitely was interesting. I mean, I had my impressions on it, though some impressions were a little bit weird or probably a little bit off. So for example, like when I first saw Krillin, I thought, he looks mean. Krillin of all people, mean. And I actually did play some Dragon Ball Z games in the past. However, because I was at such a young age when I did it, I don't really remember like how it exactly went out, except for like I was playing as Goku and I was a Super Saiyan at the time, but I was fighting this green guy. I think it was like probably a Cyberman, if anything. And you know, since I wasn't really that good at fighting games at the time, once I powered down from Super Saiyan, I got my butt handed to. But otherwise, I couldn't really process what was actually happening. So in terms of how I was actually introduced into the series, it's actually quite simple. My brothers and I were at GameStop at some point, and I don't really quite remember of like what they were looking for at the time. I think they were looking into getting a video game of some kind, but I don't remember what it was. But I was with them at the time, I was at GameStop, and I had money on me at the time, so I figured, you know what, let's see if there's any other game I could buy. And then I spotted the game Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. I think it was like one of the newest games at the time. If not, it was probably Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I saw the game on the shelf, and I thought, you know what, I'll go with that. Let's get into Dragon Ball Z. But I can certainly say that I did not regret getting the game. I really enjoyed it, and it really got me up to speed on some of the Dragon Ball lore. I haven't watched any of the OG Dragon Ball back then or very much now. I have seen like a couple of things, but otherwise I'm still a little bit new to the OG Dragon Ball stuff, so I don't know how everything panned out at the very beginning before Z. Granted, it didn't totally fill me in on everything about Dragon Ball Z. There were a couple of other key events left out. For example, like the final boss for the Ultimate Tenkaichi game is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Omega Shenron, and that's said to take place in Dragon Ball GT. And the only thing I know from that point, when being introduced to the game, was, hey, you know, there was Super Saiyan 4, Goku and Vegeta fused, and now they're fighting this Omega Shenron guy. Heck, at the time I was like, why didn't they include Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta? But main point being, there were a couple of other things left out. So for example, when I was introduced to the Ginyu Force, I actually didn't realize that Goldo was part of the Ginyu Force up until I got Xenoverse. And when I did, I was probably like, who the hell are you? But I definitely got into Dragon Ball Z after that, and I'm still am into Dragon Ball Z. I mean, and it's pretty evident with my Truffles channel, since it's mainly revolved around Dragon Ball Z stuff. Though I am trying to get into some other kinds of content, because I know it just can't revolve around that, otherwise it might get bland for me. And I was especially into Ultimate Tenkaichi when I realized that, hey, you know, you can actually now create your own character, and I'm like, and it was definitely fun to play with. I had a little bit of complications with my character because I didn't really know how to change it without restarting it, but definitely getting to create my own character and having it evolve over time, it was definitely really fun, and I did enjoy the Ultimate Tenkaichi game at some point. And there was even a time when I wanted to do an Ultimate Tenkaichi series, but I just didn't have the recording methods to actually do so. Though eventually I did manage to figure out the rest of the gaps of my knowledge when it came to Dragon Ball, and it definitely sparked some creativity. I did have little imaginary thoughts pop in my head like, hey, I'm in a Dragon Ball world, but I'm human, yet I'm still able to go Super Saiyan. Really? But it definitely sparked some creativity, it sparked some projects, and eventually my character, or persona, if you will, my Dragon Ball persona would eventually evolve into the character that is featured in my Dragon Ball Z series back on the Truffles channel. And I really liked of how, you know, the key energy worked out. I especially loved Super Saiyans at the time because, you know, it was appealing, it was iconic, basically all the basic stuff that you would love about Dragon. But yeah, I like the powers, I like the story, I like some of the characters, and it's pretty good, and of course I'm still into Dragon Ball. However, when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, boy, I mean, I used to like it, but that's another story for probably another day. But other than that, this concludes my thoughts on Dragon Ball Z and how I got into it. If you guys enjoyed the video and are new to the channel, please click the like and the subscribe button. And if you have any topics for me to talk about in the future, please leave them in the comments below. They may get featured in a future episode. It definitely helps out the channel. I'm definitely trying to find some things that would be interesting to talk about, or if you guys just want to get to know me and know my thoughts on certain topics, then yeah, we'll definitely be willing to do those videos, and hopefully they would be entertaining and be helpful even. But other than that, this is CG Spectrum signing off. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.